Okay, I'm joined by Rich Farnan, Kelly Morgan. Happy New Year to you both.
Happy New Year.
Great year last year for you, Kelly, and 2016 started with some exciting news.
It has. Very excited to let everybody know that the World Boxing Council's been in touch and offered us the opportunity to box for their Silver Championship title, which is, all being well, if and when I win that title, the next one is the World Championship. So it's a one below the world title fight. So it's huge. WBC, prestigious, doesn't get much better really. So
I mean, you've been looking at the WIBA rankings and things like that, but this is just something completely different, isn't it?
We immediately prior we got offered the WIBA world title fight at middleweight just after Christmas, but the problem being is that they are not sanctioned by the British Board of Boxing, so we've had some additional headaches there. But the WBC have now come forward, and that is, well, both. It's all very exciting stuff. That, you know, we're making big headway already. It's great.
And I believe a little trip is on the cards now to Mexico to this convention, and hopefully that networking can hopefully pull this fight off in the near future. Yeah,
the WBC have invited myself and Rich to attend their second female WBC convention in Mexico at the end of this month. So a little bit soon, we need to raise some funds and quick, but we have to be there. It's to network, but also to specifically talk about the details of this fight, which the WBC want to bring to the UK and hopefully to Swindon.
Come over to you, Rich. Really exciting year last year, as we said. Very emotional in December after beating Sylvia Zabados. What does this mean for Kelly for 2016? It's huge, isn't it?
It's massive. This is what and why Kelly turned over into the professional ranks, to try and achieve something like this. We didn't actually expect that it to happen this quickly, and certainly didn't expect someone like the WBC to approach us and put this offer of this title on the table for us this early at all. It's a case of, like, we all know as boxing people that the WBC is the pinnacle, yet we have massive respect for all the other titles, but we all know that WBC, that green belt, is the one to hold. So for them to offer Kelly the opportunity to fight for this silver title, which sits just underneath that world belt, the world title is vacant at this moment in time, and they've been trying to find a promoter in the UK for the last 12 months to host female WBC title fights, and they've not managed to come up with anybody. So again, for Keith to potentially hold these title fights on his shows here in Swindon, it is absolutely I don't think it comes much bigger. You know, we've already discussed potential opponents for this Silver Championship, which the WBC have agreed. They've agreed Kel is eligible to fight the 10 rounds, and they then invited us to go over to this convention at the end of the month to not only meet the WBC, but to network with other managers and fighters for potential other bouts in the future, but basically just to introduce ourselves to the WBC family, which again potentially could have bigger things for us going forward, not just for Kelly, but also on the men's side of things. It is an opportunity that is like winning the lottery, you know, at the end of the day, from our point of view in boxing terms. And Kel's quite right. Win this silver title, her next fight isn't to defend the silver title, it is to fight for the world title at middleweight, which is currently vacant. You know, you've got Christina Hammer, who is the WBO champion at middleweight, and Nikki Adler's a super middleweight WBC world champion. So we've got options. I think, you know, she contests for the world crown again in the UK as a silver title holder. We then have options of who we can fight, which WBC would obviously advise. We choose an opponent from those options, win that fight. You know, that is huge. Winning the silver championship was huge. It's the green belt, you know, it's one of the best, but it's just opened up a huge door for Kelly, and it wasn't expected at this moment in time, and it's feel very, very honoured and privileged that the WBC have offered this opportunity and want to meet us, want us to go over to Mexico. We just now need to be able to afford it, and try and raise some funds somehow through anything we can do, from just giving pages to maybe doing some charity bits and pieces, or some challenges maybe that people could then donate and get Kelly to do like 1,000 box jumps in like 30 seconds.
Oh, great. Yeah.
That sort of
She
thing.
do that anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, usually. But, you know, that sort of fundraising just to help pay towards the cost of it. And, you know, it's not massively expensive for us to go out there for a 4-day trip. It's a 3-day convention with an agenda that's set for each day. It looks absolutely fantastic. When looking at the first inaugural convention that they held for the women, you know, it was incredible. You know, people that attended, you have Layla Ali's, Christy Martin's, you know, it was sort of, wow, you know, this is just unbelievable. And it's in their home in Mexico, the home of WBC boxing.
It's
so
crazy.
it is. It's a huge opportunity that, you know, we have to attend. And one of the items on the agenda that's come through from the chairman is they want to discuss this championship fight with Kelly. But they have said that yes, they will sanction it. Yes, they want us to fight for that title, and yes, they want it to be held in the UK ASAP. So obviously, there's loads of other things that have got to be organised and surrounding that from our promoters' point of view. But the fight is there. The fight is going to happen. And in the meantime, we've got to go over to Mexico and sort of just go through further details and then meet the WBC and go from there. So.
And talking about the fight happening, it's a serious possibility, because we've just spoken to Keith. It could happen in Swindon.
That's where we want it to happen. So yeah, very serious possibility that it will happen in Swindon within the first half of this year, sooner rather than later. So we know there's shows booked in around March, April time. Hopefully it may be able to happen on one of those. But Keith's got to do a lot of work on that as well. And we'll know more, obviously, once we return from Mexico. But we're starting the motions now. So, you know, there's work to be done. But at the end of the day, it's in writing that Kelly will fight for the Silver Championship.
It's fantastic news. I'll come back to you, Kelly. You're so passionate about female sport. How surprised and honoured are you that they've contacted you? It's not like you've gone and campaigned for this. They've contacted you over this.
I can't quite believe it. I mean, literally, I've got goosebumps from head to toe right now just talking about it, and my stomach's doing somersaults, because it does mean more to me than just this fight. This is about female professional boxing taking a massive leap forward in my country, in my hometown, with me having the chance to be the person to push that forward, which is what I am so passionate about. And again, it even goes further, the ripples. It's not just female professional boxing, it's women's sport and women's sport in combat. This is it. This is it. This is literally, like Rich said, it doesn't get any better, you know, and they are 100% willing to work with us to make this happen. We've now got them with us, you know, and yeah, I mean, my opportunity to have a voice now is beginning to become a reality a lot quicker than I thought humanly possible, and the boxing opportunities is a lot quicker than we thought possible. But like everything, we'll grab it with both hands and we'll make it happen and make it work, because I'm beginning to believe this is meant to be. These things don't happen, you know. This is the right path at the right time, and I'm just so thankful that I'm on it. And I don't know, I'm just a little bit lost for words, if I'm honest. It's crazy.
You did pretty well, but you're right, it is a real opportunity for you to put female boxing and female sport on the map, starting in Swindon and hopefully spread throughout the UK off the back of this.
There's so many people doing so much work all over this country, female boxing specifically, and this will only help the cause in a big way. So yeah, I hope this has sort of, you know, it has some really good positive steps forward for the sport that we love, you know, and so many women out there love it, you know, and it is for everybody. So let's just get it out there. It's coming.
And when you go to the convention, are you going to mention 3-minute rounds?
Yeah, well, actually, yeah, for sure. I mean, I've talked about it, so I'm blue in the face. I mean, there is no scientific reason. I defy them to tell me why we can't box each other for 3-minute rounds like the guys do. So, and in fairness, not the WBC specifically. This is just the way it is. It's just the way it's evolved. So, it gives me a great forum to have that opportunity to talk about that too. You know, it's brilliant.
When I was having the conversations with the chairman of the WBC female board, I did throw that in. I didn't throw in the question why can we not fight the 3-minute rounds, because they came through and sort of said you can either fight for the international or the silver belt. Probably the international is probably the better option for Kelly because it's 8 rounds. She's done 2 6-rounders, so obviously an 8-round. I was like, well, no, we're happy to do the silver title for 10 rounds because Kelly trains for 3-minute rounds and she will start 8, 10, 12 3-minute rounds. So I know Kelly is ready and will be ready for 10 2-minute rounds because she trains far beyond that, and she always has done. So the 2-minute rounds is a frustration because we would love to have 3-minute rounds, and it is something that we can lobby, but the WBC have said they will give us all the help and all the support we need in this quest, because they want WBC female titles to be contested and held in the UK, and if we can help them pioneer that and get that established and taken seriously over, then fantastic. And also the other side of this is this could be another huge year for female boxing anyway, because we've got the Olympics in Rio. You know, we've already done training with GB. We will be back up there very soon for more sparring, etc. But again, they've got a mass of talent up there. You've still got your Savannah Marshalls, your Nicola Adams, and you've got girls coming through, Lisa Whiteside, Chantal Cameron. You know, these girls are exceptional. They are world class, if not world champions. You know, Savannah is European and Commonwealth champion, former world champion. We know Nicola. Nicola's been there and done it. Lisa and Chantal are coming back all the time from tournaments around the world with gold medals. You know, so the actual female boxing in the UK is on a massive high. It just now needs to be embraced. It just
needs to be backed.
Yeah.
You know, and that's from the media, and that's from sponsorship, from television. You know, those three are so closely linked. It's the passion is there, the talent is there, the opportunities are now there. People need to get behind this.
And I think although it's a longer process, I think people are sort of realising it now, that it's not like a perception outside the boxing that it's cat fighting, and it's not any, because, you know, the fact from UFC, you know, Ronda Rousey's done masses for it. You know, she's just been knocked out by a former WBC world champion boxer. So again, that's got to hold masses. Okay, so you know, you've got these two titanic women that are pioneering fighting professionally in the States, and it's huge out there. UK need to embrace it and understand that, you know, this is a serious sport. These girls don't go in there and slap each other. These girls are hitting and fighting as good, as hard as any guy of their weight division. You know, the talent is there, and it really is there. That's why, you know, people need to embrace it a little bit more. Just when there's a fight on, like when Kelly fights for the title, come and watch. Come and watch. You know, it's only going to cost you a ticket. Come and watch, experience it. Last 2 fights Kelly's had on general boxing shows, which have got guys on there, Kelly has been told by everybody she's had fight of the night on both occasions. You know, and there's been some talented boxers on those shows, but Kelly's fights have gone down as the fight of the night. That's already telling you masses about female boxing. You know, it's fantastic, and it is as good, sometimes better than the guys. So it's great to have it embraced, and now we've got backing by the largest world boxing organisation there is. So, you know, the future is very, very exciting.
But it is about changing perception. I was going to come on to your last 2 fights because they were fight of the nights. And at the last show in December, I told you there were some male members of the audience that, you know, saw 2 girls coming into the ring and didn't know what to make of it. And by 2 rounds, they were cheering and they were cheering you on specifically because the crowd, and it was genuine. And you turned their heads through that fight. But that is the battle you've got every step of the way, haven't you?
It is a battle, but there is nothing that makes me happier and more satisfied when that happens. You know, when I can, through our endeavours in a ring, change people's minds. That's huge, really, really huge, and that is what means everything, you know. So we've just got the chance to really do this on a much bigger scale now, or becoming that way, isn't it?
Way, yeah.
You know, so it's just exciting, and we will make the very, very best of these opportunities. I got one shot at this, you know, as a boxer, and with the other stuff that we want to try and do, we will do this in style. Yeah.
Well, it's fantastic news, and it's exciting times ahead. We look forward to an announcement soon, hopefully, to say that, you know, this fight is coming to Swindon, and then one day a full world title.
We'll be leaving to go to Mexico on the 26th of this month, return on the 31st, and in that time, I know Keith will be working on the two opponents that we've been offered to see A, if they're available, B, if they want to come and fight for this title. Also be working on a show date potentially, so that we know when we can obviously contest for that title.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, we're off to Mexico.
It's not a holiday, it's work.
It isn't a holiday, no, it is work. And on the agenda, the 3 days of the convention, they are 4 days. You know, they're 9 o'clock starts, and then it goes on into the evening because there's gala dinners, presentations, award ceremonies, everything like that. And it's just going to be an incredible experience. But the main thing is the networking, you know, for us, and coming back with the agreement, or the fine details of the agreement, to actually challenge for this belt within a couple of months. So it's massive. It's really, really cool.
Exciting times. We wish you the very best of luck with it all.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Thank you
Steve.
guys for joining.
Cheers.